Hey guys, welcome to episode number 1 of the first ever PC career mode here on the channel. There will have been a video uploaded yesterday outlining what this PC mod is and how it affects the game here on FIFA 20, now on the PC build rather than previously playing on console as I have been throughout the entirety of my FIFA history. It's the first time I've ever played FIFA on PC. It's the first time I've ever properly modded a game outside of downloading kits and real-life kits and badges for Football Manager, and I'm very excited to get going. If you want a rundown of what this mod does, then I'll leave a link in the description to the video I uploaded yesterday where you can check it out in full detail. It's called the REALISM mod, and it's made by a guy called FIFA, and hopefully it's going to drastically change the way we play career mode here on the channel moving forward. I will have already started a save on stream as well at this moment as I'm recording at an unselected side. We'll decide that when I go live. But we are at FC Köln in Germany. The kit's been ordered. It's not yet arrived from Germany. It's going to take a few days to arrive in the country, but it's on its way. And hopefully we can have a very successful time here in Germany. Now, I might look slightly different because I'm looking this way to my PC second monitor rather than this way to my console monitor, so it might be a slight different look for the series, but I'm still obviously will be addressing the camera directly. If you're new to the channel, what we do is we play 1 month per episode. We play 3 games and sim the rest per month. However, if there are massive amounts of fixtures per month, then we'll split the month into 2. In transfer windows, we play 2 rather than 3, and then sim the rest, as well as obviously having all of the transfer action to bulk out the episode. Now, we've got real-life Champions League groups, of course. We are at FC Köln, the club that Lucas Podolski has a massive personal connection to. Now, the side has been yo-yoing recently in Germany, but they're sat lower mid-table at present, which is why you guys voted for them. I'll pop the vote up on screen. It was FC Köln that just pipped Hoffenheim. There was a big call in the comments section for FC Köln as well of the vote video, so evidently they've won, and that's why we are where we are. I'll show you the squad last because I want to get you guys feedback on that before we go through anything else. I'll show you what the board want from me. We have a decent budget, to be fair, 18.77 million. It did start at 50-50, but there's no way I'm going to be needing such a large wage budget, so I'm gonna move it across to perhaps 80-20. 18.7 million pounds available, 90,000 pounds in the wage budget. Now, with regards to board expectations, they want me to sign at least 2 players that are younger than 20. We will be using youth scouts in this save, and they want me to sign 1 youth player to a forward position. Two youth players younger than 20 with a potential greater than the average overall rating of players currently in the same position. With such a low rated side, that shouldn't be a problem for us this year. We should easily do both of those. With regards to brand exposure, they want me to sign 1 crucial first team player assigned to a forward position. Now, there's a lot of work that needs doing to the team, so perhaps that might be our go-to signing this season. And they also want me to gain £15.1 million from shirt sales this year. Financially, they want me to reduce the wage bill, so we may have to sell and move a few players on to be able to achieve that. Domestic success, they want the round of 32 of the Deutsche Pokal. That hopefully won't be an issue. And they also want me to finish mid-table in the Bundesliga. Again, I'm hoping that won't be an issue. We are on ultimate difficulty with the more difficult sliders in place. I'll show you those in a moment. So we're playing the game exactly the same way that we did on console and at the same difficulty we did on console. However, the realism mod does make gameplay slightly harder, specifically in derby, rival and important games. So we'll wait and see if it's too hard, and if it is, then I'll drop it back to regular ultimate, but we'll stay on ultimate at the very least. And if I get relegated, so be it. We'll find ourselves back into this side or back into the top division when the time arrives, but hopefully we won't get relegated in this first season. Continental success, obviously no European football for Köln this season, so that's why we are where we are. Their ground is in the game, as are almost all of the Bundesliga stadiums, as are most of the Bundesliga 2 stadiums as well. So even in the Deutsche Pokal, we should be able to play against or in other stadiums of lower rated sides. I'm not sure if we've been drawn in the Pokal yet. We haven't. The first round is purely lower league sides, so we're not going to have to worry about that for a little while. We are, however, going to have to concentrate on the pre-season tournament that's upcoming. Now, as ever, we'll simulate through pre-season, and we'll hopefully get ourselves some extra funds. There's about £8 million available if we win the tournament. Now, we've seen what the board want from me, but what do we have at our disposal to try and achieve that? Now, I'm unsure as to, in this first season, whether to invest in youth fully, or perhaps build on what we've got and then maybe sign one youth scout, because with the realism mod, youth scouts do cost more. So we are going to have to manage our finances much better. Now, with regards to the squad, we have obviously one go-to goalkeeper, that being Timo Horn, who's 80 rated, only 26, so plenty of room for growth. We do have 4 other goalkeepers. Bartels, who's out on loan at the minute, Kral, Scott and Kessler. Now, Kessler's contract is expiring. He's 33 years of age. I will add him to the transfer list. I might offer him a new deal just to ensure we get a decent fee for him, but I'm going to move him on. And I might look for a youth goalkeeper, or perhaps sign someone else. In fact, doing this on the fly, I might keep Kessler till the end of the season to ensure that I've got a half-decent backup keeper. We'll loan the other guys out, and maybe when we've got a bit more money at our disposal, we can contemplate signing a goalkeeper. We'll stick with perhaps what we've got there. Of course, all of this is open to interpretation. You guys can affect exactly how this save pans out by commenting down below. So let me know what you want me to do with this team and what you want me to do with the money. New players, youth, both. It's up to you guys. We act on what you want. Jonas Hector is the cover star and also the starting left back. Can play at CDM as well. Very happy with him at left back. We do have Janus Horn out on loan. Don't know anything about him. He's on loan at Hanover, so we could recall him if we need to, but we do have Katterbach and Jacobs as well, both of which are in the mid-60s. So we don't have much squad depth here, or quality in depth. We have perhaps the numbers, but not necessarily the quality. At centre-back, Jorge Mera is going to start, as is Rafael Chicos. I think he's in my starting lineup, I believe so. And then I've got Sabike, but I'm going to sell him. He's not very good at all. 72, he's tall, but 39 acceleration kills him off. Heading accuracy is good. You would expect so of someone that's 6'5", but I'm thinking of selling him on. We'll play Chicos and Jorge Mera. I might recall someone, or maybe we can sign a centre-back. We've got Sørensen, who's 72 rated, similar to Sabike, 6'4". He's a little bit quicker and better technically. Oh, actually not quite as good technically. Well, it's different. He's better on the ball, but not quite as good in the tackle. We don't have much quality at the club. That's the most important thing to point out. So it is going to be a long slog, this save, I would have thought. We have Bornau, who's better physical, faster at least, and can be trained. And he's only 20, so hopefully he can grow. So we will certainly be training him. Do let me know which players you'd like me to train as well. So we have Mera, Chicos, Bornau and Sabike or Sørensen. If I sell Sabike, I might recall Sørensen and not sign another centre-back and concentrate with my finances elsewhere, because we don't have much available to us. At right-back currently is Kingsley Ezebu, a Dutch right-back who's very fast, 95 sprint speed. We can train his technicals. At only 24, he's hopefully going to grow quite well. We do have Benno Schmitz and Matthias Bader as backup, but I'm leaning towards sending Bader out on loan. I'm torn. Hopefully, Ezebu doesn't get injured. We can play in most games. But Schmitz I can use at centre-back, actually. So maybe we don't need a centre-back. Maybe I could use him at centre-back and use Bader as a backup. So I could sell Sabike, not need to recall Sørensen until we get him back next year. And Schmitz could be my another centre-back, because he is 6 foot tall. And Bader is my backup right back. Not the fastest, not the best in the tackle, only 67 rated, but young, so could grow. With regards centre mids, by default they play a 4-2-3-1. I'm willing to stick with that for the time being. I currently have Elias Skiri at centre mid, alongside Cozziello, actually. Vincent Cozziello, who's at the club, used to play in France for, I want to say Nice, but I might be wrong. He hopefully will grow quite well. Really high agility and balance. Looking forward to using him, actually. Should be a very good player that could hopefully grow quite well. Skiri, I don't know what his potential is, but he's going to be rock solid to start off with, a really good all-rounder. So in centre mid, I think we're pretty set. Hoga, Marco Hoga isn't the best, but another all-rounder that just isn't that quick. Verstrata or Verstrata, Belgian, Berger Verstrata. Decent physically, not quite as good technically, but still good enough, I think. So we have certainly 4 centre mids that are usable in the starting 11. With regards wide players, we've Florian Kainz, 5-star weak foot on him, which could be very important. Decent acceleration, not quite as fast sprint speed wise, but decent acceleration. Really good technically for the level that we're playing at and for the state of the rest of the squad. He's 26, 75 rated, one of my highest rated players. We do have youngsters. We have a North Macedonian called Cherlinov, who's pretty dead, so we'll add him to the loan list. On the right-hand side, we'll do wingers first, since we started with the left mids. We have Clemens, who's fast enough, perhaps, and okay technically. 27 years of age, can play on either side. Rissa, Marcel Rissa, not quite as fast, but still decent enough technically. Can play at right back, actually, which I did not know. That might come in handy. And then we've Kingsley Schindler, who I think is my starting right-sided midfielder. He's only 73 rated, but he is quick and certainly could do with some improvement technically. So maybe, or go for a slower player that's better on the ball, or maybe the pace will play out. That's the sort of thing that's going to open up information-wise as we progress through. We'll find out who's good and who isn't. Then we don't have any out-and-out wingers. For the cam roll, the central cam roll, we have Drexler, who's 29, 75 rated though. Looks decent physically, although not that strong. And technically, some improvement needed, I think. We have Schaub, who's my current starting cam. Good agility, okay physically. Better technically than Drexler, but still not amazing. And then Hauptmann, who's a 69 rated player, who actually, other than the low strength, looks decent physically. 89 agility, 85 balance. Technically, he's not too far behind, really, I don't think, Schaub. Not in the key areas. Dribbling could certainly do with some improving. His finishing isn't that good, but he's not in like ball control. He's not that far behind. Short pass, he's nearly there. Dribbling, he's a long way behind. So that's the areas that he needs to improve. Or maybe send him out on loan. Hopefully, he can improve out there. And then with regards to our strikers, I'm torn. We have two 31-year-old strikers. Anthony Modesta, who was at the club, left to go to China and has now come back, but he's 31. He's not rapid, but he's not slow. 86 strength, though, and decent finishing at 80. He's currently my starting striker. We also have Cordoba, who's 76 rated. He's quicker, but not as good in the finish. And not as good on the ball either. And then there's Terodde, who just, I think, won't suit my style of play at all. I'll add him to the transfer list. Slow, strong, but slow. Good in the finish, but I think too slow for me, personally. So I have Cordoba and Modesta. I'm willing to sell Terodde, but the board want me to sign a crucial player to a forward position. Now that could be a striker or a left or right winger that has the blue symbol for their forward position. So I could maybe improve out wide, or I could maybe improve up top. I am open to your guys' feedback in that regard. A couple of players I'm looking to move on, but the squad, whilst we have some numbers, it still isn't that big. I have some numbers, but the squad isn't that big, especially when you factor in the fact that 3 of these players are goalkeepers, and those still go out on loan. A number of these other youngsters will either go out on loan or aren't good enough to have an impact immediately in the side. Now, I could go and have a look for youth staff, but with the realism mod, scouts are more expensive. So we used to pay £2 million-ish for a 5-star 5-star. No, a 4-star 5-star. It's now going to be about £5 million for a 5-star 5-star scout. Only 2 million will get me a 3-star 3-star, which I don't think is worth hiring at this stage. So we're going to advance now through towards the pre-season tournament. Like I say, we'll sim our way through it, try and raise some extra funds if we can get victories, and then take it from there. We've had a transfer offer immediately for Timo Horn from Crystal Palace, which we will be rejecting. And there is a player chat there as well. Jonas Hector's welcome me to the club. That's very, very kind of him. I'm excited about the future here at FC Köln. Hopefully, we can take them all the way to the top, but it might take a few seasons. Again, with the realism mod, you can see there's a symbol now for the pre-season tournament, the Audi Cup. And we'll be simulating this here at Calorie. Again, with the realism mod, it now ticks down minute by minute as it used to on all editions of FIFA in previous iterations. This year, of course, on console, it just auto finishes. But now we get the chance to go through minute by minute. Still, unfortunately, no option to jump in and try and change things around, but maybe that's for the future. Right now, though, we've just gone 2-1 up here through Schaub just before the hour mark after Jorge Mera equalised just before half-time. And it looks like we might be about to get a 2-1 victory, and indeed we are. Good resolve shown by the side there to go 1-0 down and fight back. Now, I am going to have to be careful because players are more likely to get injured than in the console version with this realism mod if their energy, their stamina is too low. Currently, I think that's just about okay to simulate this game with them about 75-80%. If I've got a player whose energy is coming up looking in the yellow or probably, 60 to 65% stamina, I'm probably going to have to take them out to lower the risk of injury. But we've gone 2-1 down here thanks to Raul Jimenez. Wolves are a very capable side though, of course, so no shame in losing this one. They're the best side in our group, you'd say, although Cagliari have some decent players. We do have Brighton in the group as well. Now what's the... see, Antonio Modesta's looking very tired now, so I'm going to take Modesta out for Cordoba, and I might make a couple of changes as well. Take Chicos out for Bornau, and I think that might be it, although Jorge Mera's looking quite tired. I'll put Sabaik in because he's decent rating-wise at least. And hopefully we can get something against Brighton here. We are joint second in the group with Cagliari. So hopefully Wolves will beat Cagliari. If we can just avoid defeat against Brighton, then we will go through. If we lose, then we're almost certainly out unless Wolves... No, we'll be out because Brighton will go above us on head-to-head. Regardless of what happens between the other two sides in the group, Wolves and Cagliari. Oh, Malpe gives Brighton a 1-0 lead after 50 minutes as well. And as we're progressing towards the final 20 minutes or so, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to turn this around. 10 minutes to go. Come on, boys. Let's get a late equaliser. Go on! Not to be. I think that might be us out of the pre-season tournament. And indeed it is. Unfortunately so. The prize money has been awarded 1.1 million. Too bad you didn't make it out of the group stage of the Audi Cup, but we still have confidence in your abilities to meet this season's expectations. That's a relief. Managed rating is still up at 80, but certainly the side could do with a rest now. As we progress further through, in fact, let's have a quick look and see who did go through. I think it might have been, it was Cagliari and Wolves. Cagliari and Wolves went through. So Brighton will have finished above us. And no, Brighton finished below us, so we would have gone through on the head-to-head. It was actually Cagliari beating Wolves that knocked us out. Wow, I thought Brighton would have been above us on head-to-head, but no. Well, we had exactly the same results, as you can see. So, unfortunately, we're out of the pre-season tournament. Not to worry. No, we've got £19.9 million available to us now. I will advance a little further towards the end of the month because I want to ensure that perhaps we can get some of those other players out. Sabaik, an offer of 5.1 million from Monterrey. I will negotiate. This is my first taste of negotiating with the realism mod, which will and does make negotiating more difficult. So we'll wait and see what we can get here. They've offered 5.1. Now, they are going to be quite hard to negotiate with. I'm going to offer 6.5, which isn't a massive improvement. You can see the outfit my manager's got here. I've gone with a black shirt, a black suit, and the FC Köln badge on the lapel. Yeah, guys, you'll have to let me know what you think of the thumbnail as well. With it's got the silhouette of Köln in it as well, with the big cathedral, which looks quite cool actually. Joe's done a really, really good job with that. And obviously, we'll be adding in screenshots from each episode as we move through. The screenshot on the first episode is actually me at the Köln Stadium in Cologne back in 2017 when we went to Gamescom in 2017. We actually went to an FC Köln game, the first home game of the league season against Hamburg. Unfortunately, Köln lost by 3-1, but it was a really great experience. We got a behind-the-scenes tour, so that's me sat at the press table as FC Köln manager. Another transfer offer for Spike, 5.4 from Antwerp. I'll just accept that. Hopefully, Spike could be on the way out. I would raise some extra money. So transfer offer for Jorge. Whoa! Jorge Mera is valued very highly. I will reject that. I did not expect Jorge Mera to be valued that high. That's where the realism mods come in, and the valuations of players are more accurately matching the current financial climate. An offer for Hauptmann on loan. He was the young cam that I was willing to let go on loan, so we will do that. He can go out to Mallorca, and if we haven't sold anyone else other than Sabike, it's a loan offer for Sabike, I will turn that down. I would like to send him out permanently. We are going to need that money. And then Brady Scott, who's a goalkeeper, we will accept that. Botafogo might be his potential destination, moving from Germany to Brazil. A good first team experience down there. Hauptmann's been loaned out, as you can see. We are getting towards the end of the month now. Hopefully, Sabike is gone. Sabike sold! There we go. 4.1 million. He went to Monterrey for the higher fee as well, which is great. Hauptmann's been loaned out. Scott's been loaned out. We have an offer for Benno Schmitz, which I shall be rejecting from Juventus. Obviously, again, with the realism mod, Juventus now fully licensed. Badge, kit, everything. So that's fantastic, but they aren't going to have Benno Schmitz, unfortunately for them. So we have now £24 million available to spend. 24 million. With, I don't think, anyone else on the transfer. Oh, Terodde, but we've had no interest for Simon Terodde yet. No interest yet, but I will move him on. So we'll have probably about 30 million to spend. About 30 million. Now, you guys know where I'm looking to improve. Everywhere, really. Where do you think I should improve? The board want a key forward position player. I'm leaning towards right wing, because Schindler, whilst he's quick, isn't that good technically. And my other wingers that are okay technically aren't that fast. So, I think I'd like a winger. But we might need a striker as well if I don't get on with Cordoba and Modesta. But we're going to have to wait until we've played loads more games until we find that out. So we might have to wait till January for the striker situation, but perhaps winger is somewhere where we can prioritise. So maybe give me some suggestions for a winger. Don't go mad. We're not going to be signing, you know, the Europe's best, even if they're available for the amount of money we have at this early stage of the save. What I will do actually is put my other midfielders, my other centre-backs back in. Chicos is back in now. Bornau out and Jorge Mera's back into the starting lineup. As obviously we sold Sabike, who was previously there. We haven't seen any growth yet. Do let me know who you want me to train as well, because we can train every stat. We can train every stat with this realism mod. So I'm very much looking forward to doing that. So we could maybe try and make Anthony Modesta a bit quicker, although he's 31, so do we really want to concentrate on him? Or do we want to concentrate on the youth players? These are the guys that have the promising player little graph on them. So you can see here, I'm going to probably need a centre-back. Although, no, we had one of the full-backs could play. So Schmitz, he could play centre-back, couldn't he? So maybe we don't. We still have 4 centre-backs at the club. But do I train Bornau? Leaning towards yes. Jorge Mera might not even need training. He might just grow on his own anyway. Do I train Ezibu? Do I train one of the other youngsters who might go out on loan? I'm not sure yet. I'm going to wait for your guys' feedback. Do let me know. That's going to bring us to a close for this first episode. We will obviously have gameplay in tomorrow's episode as we start the Bundesliga season with Wolfsburg, Dortmund and Freiburg. So it's not exactly the easiest of starts to the season. We'll play Wolfsburg away, we'll play Dortmund at home, and then we'll sim the Freiburg game on transfer deadline day. And hopefully get some transfer business done. But that's going to be all for episode 1. Drop the video a like if you're looking forward to the rest of the series. Please let me know your feedback in the comment section down below. Hopefully this has a really positive response. I know it's been a while since we uploaded, but I wanted to make sure the PC was here. We got PC FIFA, we got the mod, and it ran well, and we're happy with it. Now daily uploads are back, and hopefully you guys are really excited, because I certainly am. Drop the video a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of this series. Follow me on Mixer down below as well so you don't miss out on any of the stream career modes. And of course, follow me on Twitter so you can stay up to date with both streams and YouTube activity. I'll see you tomorrow.